The holographic classroom hummed with an electric tension that seemed to vibrate through the molecular structures of every student present. Professor Zixnall stood at the center of the circular chamber, his tentacular appendages carefully arranged to convey maximum academic authority. The Galactic University's Xenoanthropology Department was about to launch its most audacious research project in 3 centuries. Behind the professor, a slowly rotating hologram of Earth flickered with an almost menacing beauty. Swirling blue oceans crashed against continent masses painted in various shades of green, brown, and white. To the 5 students assembled, the planet looked simultaneously inviting and terrifyingly complex. Kira, a translucent crystalline researcher from the luminous ranges of Kepler 186f, felt her molecular structure vibrate with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Her delicate lattice structure had been specially reinforced for this mission, but she knew the slightest miscalculation could shatter her entire being. Beside her, Mach, a silicon-based life form from the methane plains of Sigma Draconis, adjusted his protective membrane, his rocky exterior seemingly more rigid than usual. "Students," Professor Zixnall began, his universal translator rendering his complex linguistic patterns into clear, precise language. "What you are about to undertake is not merely a research expedition. This is a scientific mission that could redefine our understanding of adaptive species in the known universe." The hologram zoomed closer, revealing intricate details of the planet's surface. Volcanic regions steamed, polar ice caps gleamed, and dense rainforests pulsed with an almost living energy. Each region seemed to challenge the very concept of sustainable life. Trill, a gaseous entity from the plasma clouds of Orion's belt, shifted uncomfortably. Their amorphous form was contained within a specialized environmental suit that looked more like an advanced containment chamber than standard research equipment. The suit's multiple layers of protection spoke volumes about the potential dangers of their destination. "Earth," continued the professor, "is classified in our databases simply as a Deathworld. But this classification does not do justice to the complexity of the planet and its dominant species. Humans have survived, no, thrived, in environments that would obliterate 99.9% of known galactic species. Rentok, a gelatinous creature from the liquid methane oceans of Europa, projected a series of preliminary data streams. Holographic charts displayed temperature variations, atmospheric compositions, and biological diversity that seemed to defy all known scientific models. Each chart flickered with warning indicators and anomalous readings that would have sent most research teams running. The 5th team member, Lumen, an energy-based intelligence from the quantum fields of the Andromeda research colonies, remained silent. Their form shimmered slightly, processing data at speeds incomprehensible to organic beings. Where others saw challenges, Lumi saw an intricate puzzle waiting to be solved. "Your mission," Professor Zixnall declared, "is comprehensive. You will study human adaptability, technological development, psychological resilience, and biological capabilities. You are not merely observers. You are scientific explorers standing at the precipice of understanding a truly unique species." A series of holographic files materialized, each containing massive datasets, previous research notes, and preliminary findings about humans. The sheer volume of information was overwhelming. Centuries of observations, yet humanity remained a mystery. Kira's crystalline structure refracted the holographic light, creating intricate rainbow patterns across the classroom floor. She raised a delicate appendage. "Professor, the environmental challenges alone seem insurmountable. How can a single species survive such extreme conditions?" Zixnall's multiple eyes seemed to twinkle with a mixture of academic excitement and subtle humor. "That, my young researcher, is precisely why you have been selected. Your diverse backgrounds, your unique physiological compositions, and your collective scientific expertise make you the perfect team to unravel this mystery." The professor's final words hung in the air like a challenge. "Remember, what you are about to study is not just a planet or a species. You are about to explore a living, breathing enigma that has confounded galactic researchers for generations. As the students absorbed the magnitude of their assignment, the hologram of Earth continued to rotate. Clouds drifted across continents, oceans moved in eternal rhythms, and somewhere on its surface, humans continued their daily existence, completely unaware of the scientific scrutiny about to be focused entirely on their remarkable species. The greatest research expedition in galactic history was about to begin. The research facility orbiting Centauri Prime was a marvel of galactic engineering. Massive transparent walls revealed the intricate process of developing protective gear for the most challenging research mission in recent history. Teams of xenobiological engineers worked around the clock, their multiple limbs and sensory appendages moving with synchronized precision. Mach watched intently as his protective suit took shape. The silicon-based researcher had never seen such complex engineering. Each suit was a miniature technological ecosystem, designed to not just protect, but to actively adapt to the most unpredictable environmental conditions imaginable. The human environment requires multilayered protection, explained Chief Engineer Zara Lin, her 4 arms manipulating holographic design interfaces. Temperature fluctuations alone can range from -50 to +50 degrees in various Earth regions. Your suits must maintain internal stability regardless of external conditions. Trill's gaseous form rippled with nervous energy inside a preliminary containment chamber. The engineer's words were a stark reminder of the mission's complexity. For a being composed entirely of plasma and energy, the concept of a solid planetary surface was terrifying enough. The thought of surviving Earth's volatile atmosphere seemed impossible. The research facility buzzed with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Holographic displays tracked the development of each team member's specialized equipment. Rentok's gelatinous form required a particularly intricate suit, a marvel of molecular engineering that could maintain structural integrity under extreme pressures and temperatures. Fascinating, muttered Lumi, the energy-based intelligence, analyzing the suit designs. Each protective layer is designed with adaptive nanotechnologies that can respond to environmental changes in microseconds. Their shimmering form moved between design interfaces, processing information at speeds that would overwhelm organic minds. Kira's crystalline structure required the most delicate approach. Her researchers had developed a suit that was part environmental shield, part molecular stabilizer. Quantum-locked protective layers would prevent her intricate crystal lattice from shattering under Earth's unpredictable gravitational and atmospheric conditions. Standard protective gear would disintegrate within moments of planetary entry. Chief Engineer Zara Lin explained to a group of junior researchers. Humans exist in an environment that would be considered fatal to 99.8% of known galactic species. Our suits must be nothing short of technological miracles. Training simulations became increasingly complex. Each team member underwent rigorous preparation that pushed the boundaries of their physiological capabilities. Holographic environments recreated Earth's most challenging conditions: volcanic regions, Arctic landscapes, dense rainforests, urban centers with their own unique environmental challenges. Mach found himself struggling during a simulation of a simple human activity, walking through a city street. The temperature variations, atmospheric pollutants, and mechanical vibrations were overwhelming. His silicon-based structure vibrated dangerously, requiring multiple suit recalibrations. Adaptation is key, repeated the training instructors. Humans do not just survive. They thrive in conditions that would destroy most species. Trill's training was perhaps the most challenging. Contained within a suit that was more advanced containment chamber than traditional protective gear, the gaseous entity had to learn to interpret sensory input completely different from their natural environment. Touch, smell, sound, concepts that were entirely alien became critical survival skills. Rentok's gelatinous form underwent molecular restructuring to withstand Earth's gravitational pull. Each training session revealed new challenges. The suit developed for the methane ocean dweller was a masterpiece of adaptive technology, capable of maintaining structural integrity under conditions that would liquefy most protective materials. Lumi's preparation was perhaps the most abstract. As an energy-based intelligence, their challenge was not physical protection, but sensory interpretation. Specialized quantum interfaces would translate Earth's complex environmental data into comprehensible information streams. "We are not just preparing for a research mission," Chief Engineer Zerolin told the team during a final briefing. "We are preparing to understand a species that defies every known scientific model of survival and adaptation." The final suit fittings were a moment of collective anticipation. Each researcher stood surrounded by holographic displays, their specialized equipment a testament to the incredible technological achievement required to study a single planetary environment. "Earth awaits," announced Professor Zixnall, reviewing the final preparations, "and we will uncover its mysteries." As the research team completed their preparation, the suits glimmered with potential. Technological marvels designed to protect beings from across the galaxy as they prepared to study the most unpredictable planet in the known universe. The mission to understand humanity was about to begin. The research vessel shuddered violently as it entered Earth's atmosphere. Warning systems blared with a cacophony of alerts that would have sent most galactic species into a panic. But the 5 alien researchers remained remarkably composed, their specialized training pushing them beyond traditional survival instincts. Mach's silicon-based sensors processed the incoming data with rapid precision. Atmospheric pressure fluctuated wildly, creating turbulence that defied every known interstellar travel protocol. The ship's adaptive hull rippled and flexed, absorbing impacts that would have torn apart conventional spacecraft. "Incredible," muttered Trill, their gaseous form contained within multiple layers of protective shielding. The atmospheric entry was unlike anything in the comprehensive databases they had studied. Earth's atmosphere seemed alive, a dynamic, breathing entity that challenged every moment of their approach. Rentok's gelatinous form pressed against the internal stabilization field, watching in fascination as layers of clouds parted like living curtains. Electrical discharges danced around the ship's exterior, creating light shows that would have been terrifying if not for their mesmerizing beauty. Each lightning strike carried enough energy to destroy most interstellar vessels, yet their ship navigated through the chaos with surprising grace. The vessel's primary computer, an advanced quantum intelligence, worked overtime. Constant micro-adjustments prevented total system failure. Lumi, the energy-based researcher, interfaced directly with the navigation systems, their consciousness becoming one with the ship's computational matrix. "Preparing for landing sequence," announced the ship's artificial intelligence, its voice calm despite the pandemonium surrounding them. Kira's crystalline structure refracted the external light, creating intricate patterns that mapped the intense environmental data. Her molecular sensors picked up details that would have been invisible to less sophisticated equipment. Temperature variations, wind speeds, atmospheric composition. Each reading was a testament to Earth's incredible complexity. The landing site was a carefully selected research zone, a relatively stable region that promised minimal initial environmental challenges. But minimal on Earth was a relative term that quickly proved to be an understatement. As the ship descended, the team witnessed their first true glimpse of the planet's surface. Rolling landscapes stretched out beneath them, a patchwork of green, brown, and blue that seemed to breathe with its own living energy. Vegetation moved in wind patterns that looked almost intelligent, adaptive. The landing was anything but smooth. Unexpected wind currents pushed against the vessel, creating a descent that felt more like a controlled crash than a standard planetary arrival. Warning systems screamed warnings in multiple galactic languages, each alert more urgent than the last. Stabilization protocols engaged, the ship's AI reported, its voice a model of calm efficiency. Mach's external sensors captured every moment of their arrival. Wind speeds that would have destroyed most landing craft became mere inconveniences. The ship's adaptive hull flexed and adjusted, absorbing impacts that defied all known physical limitations. The moment of touchdown wrought an eerie silence. For several seconds, no one moved. The alien researchers exchanged glances, their protective suits humming with internal stabilization systems. "Initial environmental scan complete," announced Lumi, their energy form pulsing with collected data. Preliminary readings confirm multiple environmental hazards. Temperature variance of 40 degrees. Atmospheric particulates beyond expected parameters. Gravitational pull slightly higher than predicted. Rentok was the first to approach the external viewing port. The landscape beyond seemed both beautiful and dangerous. Trees swayed in wind patterns that looked almost sentient. Distant geographic features suggested a planet of incredible diversity. Mountains, plains, and what appeared to be water bodies stretched across the horizon. Trill's containment suit ran multiple diagnostic checks, the gaseous researcher's entire being vibrated with a mixture of scientific excitement and primal fear. Every sensor told a story of a planet that was simultaneously welcoming and hostile. Preparing external exploration sequence, Kira announced, her crystalline structure catching the first rays of sunlight that penetrated their vessel's protective shielding. As the ship's external hatches began to open, a gentle breeze entered, carrying with it the complex scents and molecules of Earth. It was a moment of profound scientific anticipation. 5 alien researchers from across the galaxy were about to set foot on a planet that had confounded researchers for generations. The Deathworld awaited. The research team's first urban exploration challenged everything they understood about biological survival. They had chosen a mid-sized city, complex enough to provide comprehensive data, yet not overwhelmingly large. Their camouflage technology allowed them to observe human activity without direct interference, transforming their protective suits into seemingly ordinary street scenes. Mach's analytical systems worked overtime. The silicon-based researcher tracked human movement patterns, processing an impossible amount of information each second. Humans navigated crowded streets with an ease that defied logical explanation. They moved through temperature variations, atmospheric pollutants, and physical challenges that would have destroyed most galactic species. Observed their thermal regulation. Mach transmitted to the team's private communication channel. Holographic data streams showed humans wearing minimal protective gear, seemingly unaffected by environmental conditions that would require multiple layers of protection for any other known species. Trill, contained within a sophisticated environmental suit, watched in fascination as humans worked in environments that should have been fatal. A construction site became a particular point of scientific intrigue. Workers moved between extreme heat, loud mechanical noise, and potentially dangerous machinery with remarkable nonchalance. Their nervous system must be fundamentally different, Trill noted, analyzing the biological data streams. Sensory input that would overwhelm most species is processed as routine experience. Rentok focused on human social interactions. The gelatinous researcher had always struggled with complex social structures, but humans demonstrated an extraordinary ability to communicate, cooperate, and navigate intricate social environments. A construction team worked in perfect synchronization, their movements suggesting a level of collective intelligence that defied individual limitations. Kira's crystalline sensors captured the most minute details. The city itself seemed alive, a complex ecosystem of human activity, mechanical systems, and environmental interactions. Buildings rose impossibly high, defying gravitational constraints. Transportation systems moved hundreds of individuals simultaneously, a logistical miracle that would have been impossible for most galactic civilizations. Lumi, the energy-based intelligence, interfaced with the city's technological infrastructure. Electronic systems, communication networks, power grids, each was a testament to human adaptability. The complexity of their technological integration was unlike anything in known galactic records. A local coffee shop became an unexpected research goldmine. Humans consumed scalding liquids at temperatures that would have instantly destroyed most biological entities. They sat in environments with extreme temperature variations, surrounded by complex mechanical and chemical interactions, completely at ease. Their ability to adapt is not just biological, Lumi transmitted. It's fundamentally psychological. They do not merely survive. They find enjoyment in challenging environments. A nearby construction site provided another layer of fascination. Workers moved between potentially dangerous machinery, heights, and environmental challenges with an almost casual approach. Safety equipment existed, but it seemed more of a precaution than a critical survival mechanism. Mach tracked a human worker carrying heavy materials. The individual moved loads that would have crushed most species, maintaining balance and efficiency in an environment filled with potential hazards. Temperature readings showed the worker's body managing extreme heat and physical exertion with remarkable ease. Trill's environmental analysis revealed something even more shocking. Humans seemed to actively seek out challenging environments. The construction workers weren't just working, they were engaging with their environment as if it were a complex puzzle to be solved. They do not view challenges as obstacles, Rentock observed. They view them as opportunities for problem-solving. The team's camouflage technology allowed them to move through the urban landscape undetected. Each moment revealed another layer of human complexity. A small park became a microcosm of their adaptive capabilities. Children played in environments that would have required maximum protective gear for most species. Kira's sensors captured a particularly revealing moment. A group of humans helped an elderly individual cross a busy street. The cooperative behavior suggested a level of collective survival strategy that went beyond individual preservation. Their survival is not just individual, Kira transmitted. It's collective. They protect and support each other in ways our scientific models cannot fully explain. As the day progressed, the research team's initial hypothesis transformed. This was not just a study of a species. This was an exploration of a fundamentally different approach to existence. Lumi's final transmission summed up their collective revelation. Humans do not just survive in their environment. They transform it. The urban exploration had provided more questions than answers. But for the first time, the research team understood the true meaning of their mission. Earth was far more than a death world. It was a living laboratory of adaptation, resilience, and unexpected potential. The research medical facility gleamed with advanced technology, its pristine white walls a stark contrast to the complex biological marvel they were about to study. Each member of the alien research team prepared for what would be their most challenging investigation yet: understanding human physiology. Lumi, the energy-based intelligence, interfaced directly with the medical scanning equipment. Quantum-level sensors began to map human biological systems, revealing layers of complexity that defied every known scientific model. The human body was not just a biological system. It was a dynamic, adaptive organism that seemed to rewrite its own survival rules moment by moment. Mach's silicon-based analytical systems focused on the cellular level. Human cells displayed an unprecedented ability to adapt, repair, and transform. Damage that would have been fatal to most species became merely a temporary setback. White blood cells moved through the body like intelligent defensive units, attacking potential threats with a precision that seemed almost sentient. Their immune system is not just a defense mechanism, Mach transmitted to the team. It's an adaptive intelligence network that learns and evolves in real time. Trill's gaseous form hovered near a holographic display showing human wound healing. The process was nothing short of miraculous. What would have been a critical injury for most species became a minor inconvenience for humans. Cellular regeneration occurred at speeds that challenged fundamental understanding of biological repair mechanisms. Rentock's gelatinous form carefully analyzed genetic structures. Human DNA revealed a flexibility that was unprecedented. Genetic markers suggested an ability to adapt to environmental changes that would have taken most species millennia to achieve. The human genome was not just a blueprint, it was a dynamic, responsive system. Kira's crystalline sensors captured the most minute details of human biological responses. A series of stress tests revealed capabilities that seemed to defy physical limitations. Humans could regulate internal temperature, manage extreme physical exertion, and recover from conditions that would have destroyed most known life forms. The medical team's lead researcher, a veteran xenobiologist, approached the alien researchers. What we're seeing goes beyond traditional biological understanding, she explained, her holographic displays showing complex cellular interactions. Humans possess a level of biological adaptability that is unprecedented. A controlled experiment became the centerpiece of their research. The team observed human subjects exposed to environmental conditions that should have been fatal. Extreme temperatures, limited oxygen, physical stress. Each challenge was met with a remarkable ability to adapt and survive. Lumi's analysis revealed something even more shocking. The human nervous system was not just a communication network, it was an adaptive intelligence system. Pain responses, healing mechanisms, and stress reactions worked in a complex, interconnected manner that suggested a level of biological intelligence far beyond simple survival mechanisms. Mach tracked cellular regeneration in real time. A small wound demonstrated an incredible healing process. Cellular structures rebuilt themselves with a precision and speed that challenged everything known about biological repair. What would have been a critical injury for most species became a minor inconvenience. Their biological systems are not fixed, Trill observed. They are constantly evolving, adapting, responding to environmental challenges. The genetic research provided the most profound revelations. Human DNA showed markers of extraordinary adaptability. Genetic structures that could modify themselves in response to environmental challenges, cellular systems that could reinforce themselves under stress. Each discovery challenged fundamental understanding of biological limitation. Rentock's analysis of human reproductive capabilities added another layer of complexity. The ability to survive, reproduce, and thrive in multiple environmental conditions suggested a level of biological versatility that was unprecedented. Humans could potentially adapt to environments that would be fatal to most known species. Kira's sensors captured the most intricate details. The human endocrine system worked like a complex adaptive network, regulating everything from emotional responses to physical performance. Stress hormones, healing mechanisms, temperature regulation. Each system worked in a sophisticated, interconnected manner. They are not just surviving, Lumi transmitted. They are constantly optimizing their biological systems. The final report began to take shape. Human physiology was not just a biological system. It was a dynamic, adaptive intelligence network. Each cell, each genetic marker, each biological process suggested a species that was fundamentally different from any known in the galactic database. As the research concluded, the team realized they were looking at something far more significant than a simple biological study. Humans represented a new model of life, a species that did not just exist within its environment, but actively transformed itself to master any challenge. The medical facility hummed with the electricity of scientific discovery. What had begun as a research mission was becoming something far more profound. A fundamental reimagining of biological potential. Humans were not just a species. They were a living laboratory of adaptation, resilience, and unexpected biological intelligence. The research team's psychological investigation proved far more challenging than any physical or biological study. Humans defied every known model of rational behavior, pursuing challenges that seemed inherently counterproductive to survival. Lumi interfaced with multiple communication networks, analyzing human interactions across various platforms. The energy-based intelligence discovered something profound. Humans deliberately sought out difficult experiences. Extreme sports, dangerous professions, exploration of hostile environments. These were not aberrations but celebrated behaviors. Mach's analytical systems struggled to process the data. A group of mountain climbers prepared to ascend a treacherous peak, fully aware of the potential fatal risks. Their motivation appeared to be not survival, but something far more complex, a drive that transcended basic biological imperatives. They intentionally placed themselves in dangerous situations, Mach transmitted to the team. Not out of necessity, but out of what appears to be psychological fulfillment. Trill observed a construction site where workers balanced on high platforms, navigating complex and potentially fatal environments with what seemed like casual indifference. The gaseous researcher noted the intricate social dynamics. workers supporting each other, sharing risks, finding satisfaction in overcoming challenges. Rentock's analysis focused on human emotional responses. Unlike most species that avoided stress, humans seem to generate motivation from difficulty. Children learning complex skills, students pushing through academic challenges, professionals dedicating years to difficult career paths. Each scenario revealed a psychological framework that celebrated struggle. The research team discovered something even more bewildering. Humans not only survived challenging environments but created challenges where none existed. They invented sports that simulated dangerous conditions, developed intricate mental and physical challenges, and celebrated individuals who pushed beyond perceived limitations. A virtual reality research center became a critical point of investigation. Humans willingly entered simulated dangerous environments for entertainment. They chose to experience fear, challenge, and potential failure as a form of psychological growth. Their psychology is not about avoiding risk, Kira observed. It's about actively engaging with it. Military training facilities provided another layer of complexity. Individuals voluntarily subjected themselves to extreme physical and mental challenges, pushing beyond what seemed humanly possible. The motivation was not simple survival, but a complex mixture of personal growth, social connection, and psychological fulfillment. Lumi's communication analysis revealed an even more intricate layer. Humans shared stories of overcoming challenges as a form of social bonding. Difficulties were not hidden but celebrated. Each story of struggle became a narrative of personal transformation. Mach tracked individual psychological responses to stress. Where most species would become dysfunctional under pressure, humans seemed to find increased clarity and motivation. Athletes, scientists, explorers, each group demonstrated an ability to transform challenging conditions into opportunities for growth. The research team's psychological model began to transform. Humans were not simply surviving. They were actively seeking personal and collective growth through challenge. Their psychological framework was fundamentally different from any known species. Rentock's analysis of human creativity added another dimension. Humans did not just adapt to challenges, they invented ways to create them. Art forms that simulated difficult experiences, storytelling that celebrated overcoming obstacles, cultural practices that transformed struggle into meaning. They do not just survive challenges, Trill transmitted. They generate meaning from them. A series of interviews with human professionals revealed a consistent pattern. A deep-sea researcher spoke about the joy of exploring unknown environments. A mountain guide discussed the psychological satisfaction of navigating treacherous terrain. A surgeon explained the fulfillment of performing complex medical procedures. Kira's sensors captured the most nuanced details. Human psychological responses were not linear. Stress, fear, and difficulty did not lead to avoidance but to engagement. Each challenge became an opportunity for personal narrative, social connection, and individual growth. Lumi's final psychological analysis was revolutionary. Human motivation was not about simple survival or biological imperative. It was about transformation, personal, social, and collective. Challenges were not obstacles but platforms for growth. The research team realized they were studying something far more significant than a simple species. Humans represented a new model of psychological existence, a species that did not just survive its environment, but actively sought to transform it. As the psychological investigation concluded, the alien researchers understood that human potential was not just biological or technological. It was fundamentally psychological, a complex, adaptive intelligence that turned challenges into opportunities for growth. Humans were not just survivors. They were perpetual transformers of their own existence. The Technology Research Center stood as a testament to human innovation. Rows of laboratories, development spaces, and experimental zones stretched out before the alien research team, each area more bewildering than the last. What they were about to discover would challenge everything they understood about technological development. Lumi, the energy-based intelligence, interfaced with the facility's primary computational systems. The speed of technological evolution was unlike anything in galactic records. Where most species required centuries to develop basic technological improvements, humans seemed to generate revolutionary innovations within decades. Mach's analytical systems tracked the development of a single piece of technology, a communications device that seemed deceptively simple. Each component told a story of incremental innovation, adaptive design, and unprecedented problem-solving. The device represented more than just a technological tool. It was a narrative of human creativity. Their technological development is not linear, Mach transmitted to the team. It's an exponential, adaptive process. Trill observed a robotics laboratory where engineers worked on adaptive machines. The designs challenged fundamental understanding of technological capabilities. Machines were not just tools but increasingly complex systems that could learn, adapt, and respond to environmental changes. Rentalk focused on the intersection of biological and technological systems. Medical technologies demonstrated a particularly striking innovation. Prosthetic devices that could interface directly with human neural systems, regenerative technologies that blurred the line between mechanical and biological restoration. Each development was a leap beyond conventional understanding. The research team discovered something even more profound. Human technological innovation was not driven by a single centralized approach, but by a complex, distributed network of individual and collective creativity. Universities, private laboratories, individual inventors, each contributed to a constant stream of technological evolution. A quantum computing laboratory became a focal point of investigation. Researchers worked on technologies that seemed to dance on the edge of scientific possibility. Computational models that could simulate complex biological systems, quantum communication technologies that challenged fundamental understanding of information transfer. They do not just develop technology, Kira observed. They reimagine the possibilities of technological existence. Space exploration technologies provided another layer of complexity. Humans were developing systems to explore environments that should have been impossible to navigate. Robotic missions to distant planets, technologies designed to survive in extreme conditions, communication systems that could bridge impossible distances. Lumi's analysis revealed the most shocking aspect of human technological development. Unlike most species that develop technology for specific, limited purposes, humans seem to generate technologies with multiple, often unforeseen applications. A communication device became a tool for global connection, personal creativity, and scientific research. Mach tracked the evolution of renewable energy technologies. Where most species would have been constrained by initial technological limitations, humans continuously developed more efficient, adaptive solutions. Solar technologies, wind energy, fusion research. Each area demonstrated a relentless drive to solve complex environmental challenges. The research team's technological model began to transform. Humans were not just developing technologies. They were creating adaptive systems that could evolve, learn, and transform themselves. Rentalk's analysis of biotechnological interfaces added another dimension. Technologies that could interact directly with biological systems, medical innovations that could repair and enhance human capabilities, computational systems that could simulate complex biological processes. They do not see technology as separate from biological existence, Trill transmitted. Technology is an extension of their adaptive capabilities. A visit to a genetic research laboratory revealed technologies that seemed to defy conventional scientific understanding. Gene editing technologies that could potentially modify human capabilities, medical innovations that could address complex genetic conditions, research that pushed the boundaries of biological potential. Kira's sensors captured the most nuanced details. Human technological development was not just about creating tools. It was about expanding the potential of biological and technological existence. Lumi's final technological analysis was revolutionary. Human innovation was not about solving existing problems, but about continuously reimagining what was possible. Each technological breakthrough was not an endpoint, but a new beginning. The research team realized they were studying something far more significant than technological development. Humans represented a new model of technological existence, a species that did not just create technologies, but continuously transformed their understanding of what technology could be. As the technological investigation concluded, the alien researchers understood that human potential was not just biological or psychological. It was fundamentally transformative. A complex, adaptive intelligence that turned technological limitations into opportunities for innovation. Humans were not just technological creators. They were perpetual reimaginers of technological possibility. The research facility hummed with an electric tension as the team prepared their final report. What had begun as a simple xenanthropological expedition had transformed into something far more profound. A complete reimagining of what intelligent life could be. LUMI, the energy-based intelligence, compiled the comprehensive data streams. Each piece of information told a story more complex than any previous galactic research had ever suggested. Humans were not just a species to be studied. They were a living, breathing enigma that challenged every fundamental understanding of biological, psychological, and technological potential. Mach's analytical systems worked in perfect synchronization, processing layers of collected data. The silicon-based researcher had discovered something revolutionary. Humans were not defined by their limitations, but by their ability to transcend them. Every environmental challenge became an opportunity. Every biological constraint became a problem to be solved. They are not survivors, Mach transmitted to the team. They are transformers of their own existence. Trill, the gaseous researcher, reflected on the psychological discoveries. Humans did not simply adapt to their environment. They actively sought to reshape it. Their motivation was not just survival, but a complex drive for growth, understanding, and continuous improvement. Rentock's gelatinous form pulsed with excitement as the final report took shape. The team had uncovered a species that defied every known scientific model. Biological systems that could heal and adapt at unprecedented rates. Psychological frameworks that turned challenges into opportunities. Technological innovations that seemed to emerge from an inexhaustible well of creativity. The research facility's main conference room became a nexus of galactic scientific potential. Holographic displays showed the comprehensive findings, each image, each data stream telling a story more incredible than the last. Kira's crystalline sensors captured the most nuanced details. Humans were not just a species to be categorized. They were a living laboratory of potential, a dynamic, adaptive intelligence that seemed to rewrite the rules of existence with each passing moment. Professor Zixnall reviewed the preliminary report, his multiple eyes reflecting a mixture of scientific excitement and profound respect. "This is more than a research expedition," he noted. "This is a fundamental reimagining of intelligent life." The biological research revealed a species with adaptive capabilities beyond comprehension, immune systems that could combat unknown threats, cellular structures that could repair and transform with remarkable speed, genetic markers that suggested an almost infinite potential for adaptation. Psychological discoveries proved even more fascinating. Humans did not avoid challenges. They actively sought them out. Each difficult experience became an opportunity for growth. Their social structures, their individual motivations, their collective capabilities suggested a psychological framework that was fundamentally different from any known species. Technological innovations defied conventional understanding. Technologies that could learn, adapt, and transform. Computational systems that blurred the line between mechanical and biological intelligence. Innovations that seemed to emerge from a distributed network of collective creativity. They are not just adapting to their environment, LUMI transmitted. They are continuously reimagining what is possible. The final report began to take shape. Humans were not just another species in the galactic database. They represented a new model of intelligent existence, a dynamic, adaptive intelligence that turned limitations into opportunities for growth. Mach's analysis suggested that humans' true potential lay not in their current capabilities, but in their ability to continuously evolve. Their biological, psychological, and technological systems were not fixed but constantly transforming. Trill's psychological research revealed a species motivated by something beyond simple survival. A drive for understanding, for growth, for pushing beyond known boundaries. Each challenge was not an obstacle, but a platform for transformation. Rentock's comprehensive review highlighted the interconnected nature of human potential. Biological adaptability supported psychological resilience. Psychological motivation drove technological innovation. Each system supported and enhanced the others in a complex, adaptive network. Kira's final sensor sweep captured something even more profound. Humans were not just adapting to their environment. They were actively creating new possibilities of existence. The research team's conclusion was unanimous. Humans were not just a species to be studied. They were a living testament to the potential of intelligent life. A species that did not just survive but continuously reimagined what survival could mean. Professor Zixnall's final transmission to the Galactic Research Council would become a turning point in scientific understanding. Humans are not just inhabitants of a death world, the report concluded. They are masters of transformation. As the alien research team prepared to return home, they carried with them more than data. They carried a fundamental reimagining of what intelligent life could be, a testament to the extraordinary potential of a species that refused to be defined by its limitations. Humans were not just survivors. They were perpetual creators of possibility.